Back on the turf for the first leg of the six-up, race number 5. It's a class for over the 1,400 metres, headed by Good For You as a course and distance winner first up this season. CP Power won course and distance last season. That was back in May. It was his last start, in actual fact. Die Mysterious, another course and distance winner. Bingo, placed in 2 Griffins last season. Everlaugh gets the blinkers on. Creme Brulee's been in good form this year. The Legend, course and distance first time for him as well, down to Victor Emperor, who was a 3-time winner. And they've all been over the 1,200 metres. This is 14, of course.
This is one of those difficult races, Andrew. There's a number of nice horses resuming here. Bingo's one of them. Now from the 11, blinkers have come off, but he should be able to travel forward. I think probably get outside of Sweet Home. The Legend can kick up. Diamond Mysterious raced handy last start, but it's going to be tough from barrier 14 for Matthew Purton. I'm not sure whether they'll go forward this time. So there's a lot of variables here. You've got a horse like CP Power who's first up, but he's got barrier number 1. He might try and utilise it too. So this is not easy to figure out.
He's a quirky horse that we know association fans, bucks, kicks, but has got ability, and he hit the line strongly last time and he's come on from that particular run. That was his first gallop on the 7th, and then he had one down the back straight as well. So he's fit going into this particular race. He's the one on the far side, just working with No Laughing Matter. So he's going pretty well. Association fans, behaving himself, which is the big thing. Everlaugh, blinkers on, tongue tie goes on him, and he's really stretching out nicely. We're going to show a stat with Manfred Mann when those particular gear goes on his horses, and it's pretty good, and you can see his work's going nicely. And here's a second bit with those blinkers on. Zach Purton, he's jumping aboard as well. Everlaugh, so he's definitely an improved horse on his 2 starts to date. So we thought we'd show them with that gear change. All right,
Manfred Mann already had 3 wins so far this season. We'll start proceedings, though, with CP Power, first up, with the back of that of this win, and Good For You as well.
CP Power hasn't done a great deal wrong. He was really finding some good form at the end of last season, and from barrier 1 under Chad Schofield got the win over Such a Happiness. He's going in fresh and he's drawn barrier 1. He's got 131 to carry this time. So it's a different kettle of fish. I'm going to leave him alone, and I'm going to leave alone Good For You as well. He's had the benefit of a couple of starts underneath his belt and he's doing well, but he's got that big weight to carry. This is very tough. It's hard to sort of put the pen through some and not put the pen through others, but you've got to pick and choose somewhere. I'm leaving both of them alone.
Yeah, I haven't got them in. CP Power didn't trial too well on the all-weather, but I wouldn't worry too much about that because he never does. I don't think he's a dirt horse at all, but that just was enough to put me off.
Yeah, it's very quiet, just podded around at the back, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Now, the other one with Good For You, he's a little horse with a big weight, and that's always a concern. But he has carried these weights before.
Exactly, and he's had the benefit of a couple of runs, so that's on his side.
OK, Diamond Mysterious got a couple of runs under his belt this season as well. He's come up with barrier 14. Purton takes 7 off.
He does. I'll just sneak in here, Paul. I made him the best this day because I thought Joe might be able to have him slightly closer in the run. That's exactly what happened. And he just scraped in. But from 14, it's a different ball game altogether.
Perfect ride, perfect run, and just got up. So, yeah, I'm going to leave him alone.
Yeah. They might have to go back to the old tactics of dropping him out. He'll get the claim, almost a winner without penalty, but going to give a lot of start.
Of course, Joe Moreira sitting this meeting out as well, as well as Wednesday night at Happy Valley. Next one we're going to have a look at is Bingo. So this is the Griffin form from last season. Went from 1,000 to 1,200 and he steps up to 14 here.
Yeah, first time over a bit of distance, but Hitch and Brooks don't seem to mind it. Interesting, they're taking the blinkers off him. Barrier 11, so as Brett said, if he needs to sort of work earlier to get across, he's come up a $3.70 shot. I don't think he's that short. Should be that short.
I agree, but that does suggest there is a bit of support around for him to run well. I ended up tipping him. I think from the 11 they'll roll forward. He's a nice enough type. He's got a bit of scope. I wouldn't be surprised to see him hit the line first, but it's an open race.
He has trialled well coming in as well, but it is first up. Unlike Creme Brulee, who's got a couple of runs under his belt this season already, he's run well on both occasions.
Yeah, he's got a good draw too, Creme Brulee. He should get a nice run in transit. I've snuck him into the numbers. I think he's been running quite well.
I thought his second behind Super Eurostar first up suggested he could probably win shortly, and then a 4th here behind Endearing was a battling performance. He'll get another opportunity from a good barrier. Yep, he'll go in the tips for me too.
All right, barrier 5, Neil Callan jumps on board. First time Neil's sat on the horse, but 2 top 4 finishes on his first 2 starts this campaign. So it might be one certainly for a an exotic bet. My Honey, interesting run last time out. It's any old odds here. Finished 4th, only beaten 3 1/4.
Yeah, this is his best run since he's come here by Choisier. The further they go, I think, even though Choisier was a sprinter, a lot of his horses have turned into 1,600 metre pluses. So the extra 200 metres should suit him. Did hit the line strongly enough. I'm still waiting. I'll still wait till he gets up to a mile, though.
Yeah, there was one trial I saw from him where I thought, oh, yeah, there's something there with this fellow. He is an ISG. I expect him to get better and better. We saw something from him here under race pressure, and I have no doubt he'll get better and better. But there's a lot to choose from here, so I didn't sneak him in, but I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, perhaps got 30 seconds to think about it, Paul, but...
No, I've got my numbers sorted.
You're on the spot. Who's up?
Association fans, for me, I'll stick with him. I liked his track work, and he did catch the eye. I think there's a win in him, no doubt. He does have his tricks, though. That's a question mark. With this pace on, barrier 12, he can run over the top. Everlaugh with the blinkers on have really sharpened him up. I think he'll go nicely. The Legend, no, he's a horse we haven't really talked about, and he's a big price as well. But from a low barrier draw, I think he can be an improver in this particular race. $10 a place currently in Cream Brulee. It's a real open race, this one. So I went 4, 7, 11, 8. And I'll just back the 4 each way. $10.
I think we've got one number the same, Paul and I, so it's a very tough first leg of the TT. I'm going to go with Bingo to just roll forward and be outside of the speed. Cream Brulee to sit handy. Penzance is going to be my long shot for the program. He's probably going to want further. His pedigree suggests that, but there's something there with him. He's got blinkers first time. I didn't mind his trial at the Valley behind Andrew's horse to follow for the season in Lucky Time. And Destin's another horse that's got some ability. He won't be too far away either. 5, 8, 6, 9. I'm going to really stretch it out here and go QQP 5, 6, 8, 9. You'll have to spend a little more, but you'll get more in the end, I think, because you've got value in there.
Yeah, I'm with Bingo as well. I think he's a big chance, but do like the Legend as well. Boy, he's a massive price. Have a look at the run at the Happy Valley if you've got a moment.
It's a good exotic race, that one.
It is. Let's hope so.